Ladies and gentlemen, massive legend here, joined again by another massive legend, Viper, as we go into our second game of this series between CEX and Radix and Friends. On to train, this is Radix map pick, of course. After winning the first game, Surreal opening up, taking down Casa, Nuke falling as well to Roos. Ball Daring laying down some fire. But it doesn't look like any more kills will be happening. But Bomb goes down, so they'll be happy with this so far. No more players falling. Lazar peeking around. Nice shot, almost lines up the shot on Liam, but it's not enough. But the T's have this pretty safely, but it looks like they might just go for the Ninja defuse if they can get to it. They'll start defusing. And he actually gets in right under the noses. That was completely in Radix and Friends' half until that happened.
Name a better pairing, Radix and Friends and Ninja Defuses.
Like, yeah, they just seem to be the victim of them at the moment. First, Ned's J with a phenomenal 5v1 Ninja Defuse, and this time Pistol Round opening up on Train and right under their noses inside of smoke. But that'll be the round going over to CEX.
You've got to have some balls to do that, to just put a smoke down against Radix. But fair play to him, Surreal. What a 1D onto the man in connector. Well as Lazar links up and gets Nuke Dog. And already this round seems to be going the way of Radix and Friends again.
Rozu gets to Roos, but Ball Darren trays back Surreal, peeking around. Can't quite find Liam, but gets the information. No, Cass is there, takes him down, pushes through the Molotov. And Liam is there, waiting to receive him. This is not the first map, this is the second map. Radix and Friends won the first map, and it was CX's pick, so this is Radix's pick. Radix is the side with Surreal, Lazar. CX is, of course, the other one. You can see it at the top of the screen.
Yep, CX on CT side, Liam safe in that M4. Good choice against the weaponry.
And also the low health that Liam's on as well. It's just not, he's just not in the position. And it makes sense to play for later rounds.
Yeah, against the weaponry that Radix and Friends have, it's best for Liam to try and get a bit of a far angle to limit the damage that can be done. But now, the first round on the board for Radix and Friends. The money not good for CX. We're all even as, oh, we missed it, but Bold Darren takes down Liam.
Right at the end of the round, that's not...
Nothing saved into this, they're gonna force up.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing for Liam. Those Desert Eagles are doing absolute bits for Surreal and co. Fast play round down to the B, going down the round. Liam is there waiting, but only finds one. Lazar peeking around. We'll find a headshot onto Fraser. And he's hunting for another. He's trying to sniff out Nuke Dog. Out-dog the dog. Lazar finds Fraser instead, then finds Nuke Dog. Casa falls as well. Surreal taking him down. Bomb also going down.
This is an extra $800 for Cryptics, who was the bomb planter. So, you know, that's really, really good for them. They keep it clean. Only one player goes down. So keeping the economy very good. Cryptics actually leading the team. And as I thought they were going to be running into a B stack, down they go towards the A bomb site. So it's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake. But as I said that, the bomb has been left in CT spawn. But they're going to be running into the meat grinder. Cryptics just demolished.
It's like shooting
fish in a barrel.
Shooting fish in a barrel, yeah. Just straight up firing down into Pop Dog. No one getting out of there alive.
There is one thing I want to point out with that was that they went down in pairs and actually landed on each other's heads. That actually meant that the person on top got accuracy much faster than the teammate with them, as Luzza gets that first entry towards the A site. Just probing, and don't know whether he meant to fall down that early, but he does so. Trying to get some map control. Caster on the site gets one. Can't get any more. Nuke Dog takes Bold Darren, and Cryptix finds his head within the trains. And now it's a 3 versus 3 situation. Bomb's still not down, but very much.
If Fraser starts rotating, it will be 3v3, but now it's a 2v3, making it even harder. Even if Fraser does rotate round, he might find Cryptix off guard, but Bruce is there, set the crossfire, and he's now trapped. Smoked out for Rezu. Finds Cryptix. Luzza almost goes down. This is very doable now, 1v1. But Luzza is an absolute monster with the AWP. We'll get the information of where he's gone.
Still hasn't switched.
He doesn't figure that he's gone to electrical box. With the position of the players, it's really hard for him to see him. He just about peeks the information where he is. Fraser looks a little bit nervous. Grenade goes down, chunking him out down to 47 HP's on top. He's hunting. He's trying to find Fraser. Playing these angles so tight. Bomb is going down.
Why is he
stick the
letting
plant. Waits just long enough to guarantee that he can't just flick up. Picks up the AWP, but the bomb does go down, so
Yeah.
terrorists will be kind of happy with that.
Yeah, they got the money. They would have been a lot happier had they actually gotten the round. Yeah, money, no problem for them. So they didn't really need the bomb plant anyway. But they got it. Everyone will have everything that they need, but that's exactly the opposite on CeX. They've got UMPs, 1 M4, a FAMAS, and a lot of utility, which will definitely help. As Fraser boosted up on the connector box. Luzza is looking back towards the bomb train. And Bold Darren almost went out, but decided against it.
I was going to say, might have a bit of contact with Bold Darren. Darren decides to back off. Not getting caught. No, sorry, Casa, getting caught out in the open. That boost they did into Pop Dog, Surreal, and Cryptix retreating back up after getting the kill. It's a good rotation around to B site. Bomb being brought round. Smoke's going down, but only one player on B. They're still predicting that the A site will be pushed, but maybe too little too late. CTs need to rotate now. Now they're going. It's up to Liam to get as much damage as possible. Lands 2. Let's see if he can harpoon any of the rest of them. Oh, Darren is having none of it. Luzza now has AWP lined up. Looking down towards the CT spawn. Nuke Dog. See the grenade pulled out. So knows where one terrorist player is. Find and Tarus shutting down Rezu. Makes this so much harder for Nuke Dog.
Just got
Timing of it, Darren peaks just at the right time. Nuke Dog not quite fast enough to find that shot. And the round goes over to Radix and friends. CeX having to buy the CZ arm. We said they're very good on this, and they've proven it in the past.
Yeah, Liam also deadly on the Deagles. So it's quite hard to try and get anything from this. As I say that, Fraser gets one, gets a second, Luzza takes it down, but Nuke Dog's already by Brown Train, gets a kill onto Torres, but Bold Darren gets the double.
And it's such an unfortunate position because the players they managed to shoot down are too far away for them to safely pick up the weapons. So they're still stuck with the CZs. Darren and Luz are deciding what to do. Luz goes back up. Pop Dog, it looks like Darren might be following. Nuke Dog should be able to pick up an AK right here.
Definitely will, and if he pushes into this, this could play so well into the hands of them. Rezu is the only man on the site. Nuke Dog, he's got to be quick. Is he going to spot them out? No, he doesn't spot them out, but gets the info.
Oh,
does he?
No! Back? This is actually disastrous. They've been outbaited. That's the call that the smoke has gone down.
Bomb has been planted.
And it's too little too late. Lazza is on that approach. Well, Darren predicts where Rezu will come from, and that's the round that was looking so good for CEX. They just doubted themselves. Getting baited themselves. They outsmarted themselves there, I think.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate timing on the part of Nuke Dog. Had he gone, instead of going around the ladder and down the stairs, if he just looked across towards the halls, he would have gotten that information. But Cryptics, Surreal already taking out 2 players. Luzza gets a third onto Nuke Dog, and this round basically a formality. Fraser left. And not much to do.
A little bit of team damage onto Cryptics, but you know, encouragement shots.
Definitely.
Friend bullets, I think they're called.
Friend bullets.
Friend bullets. But again, we're seeing the CZs. We'll see if they can put them to work this round and not repeat the mistakes they made last time. See if anything can come out of it. Terrorists having a very fast play.
They're getting confident.
Last round. So round 9 again, bursting out, just taking these angels and winning to Roos with 2. Rezu left to try and trade. Only picks up 1 that round, even with all the CZs. It's just not enough. The firepower and the brute force style of this Radix and Friends side is just seems to be too much for CTs to handle. But here's the adaptation coming out with the double AWP setup. We haven't seen this. So we'll see if this is the adaptation, which is the key factor in changing their fortune within this game.
Yeah, it will be a big factor. Luzza already down into Pop Dog. Gonna see if he can spot anyone out, but the positions they're playing is really good at Casa. Gets the first go and takes down Luzza, importantly. And this already looks like it's going to be an A split. 2 coming in from Ivy. 2 coming in from A. As they're out already, but Nuke Dog gets 1. Surreal takes the trade frag, but Casa's there to bring back the advantage in the favor of CEX.
And this double AWP setup is really working. Really unusual for Luxor. You kind of expect him to check that angle up there. Maybe got a little too confident and just thought they weren't there, but Nuke Dog firing off shots with this being the secondary AWPer in the team, it seems. Really proving his worth that he can use that expensive weapon in his hands.
I mean, that flick from him was also insane. He had to turn around to evade the flash, turn back around as one of the Radix players actually came towards him, and again making some impact. Rezu gets a second kill. He actually turned back around and scoped in and got a headshot on him.
Casa plays from the same position this time as predicted, and he will get picked off. To Roos finding Liam, Luzza finding Rezu, and now it's just the double AWPs left on their own. Now it's a 2v2. Luzza and Tarus versus Nuke Dog and Fraser. Luzza sees where Nuke Dog is, relays that to Tarus, and he won't expect Tarus to be pushing so far forward. Fraser left on his own. Definitely close to Tarus. So close to finding that shot, is literally just scoped in and had to wait a millisecond later, but Tarus was on that, on point, finds the head, and economic situation is okay. They're going for the CZ advice so they can, like, everyone can fall back across the board in the next round, which is understandable because sort of a half-assed force buy really isn't going to do it for them. The most effect they've had is with the double AWP setup, and for that you need an economy, and that's going to require some
Look
upgrades.
at this. Once again, when CeX stack a bomb site, Radix go to the opposite one.
And that's a bomb down for
the
free.
reads. The reads are just insane. From, I believe it's Cryptix, who's actually the in-game leader, so
I mean,
definitely deserves a pat on the back.
You say reads, I say coin flip. So it is kind of a 50-50 prediction with it, but definitely having the confidence just to commit that fast into a bomb site, especially when you can sort of predict that they will probably be stacking site. The Surreal, you know, not
Peeking him
taking
one
any
by one.
chances. He's got 3 kills. Is he going to go for the ace? He's backing off. Come on.
No, but
Surreal,
he's doing it now. Trying
prove
to
your worth.
peek the corners, but
He
Rezu.
finds him in the open, and he might be able to save that AK.
Liam takes Luzzer down. If he can get that AWP, that could be huge, but they can't recover it.
They do save 1 AK-47, which will do them well going into this round. They can just about buy 2 AWPs. Liam can buy 1 for Nuke Dog. I don't know if he will drop 1 instead. Kind of a delayed buy. They're trying to decide what to do, and there's the double AWP. Bit of miscommunication at the start of the round, so could put them in the back foot if Radix and friends decide to play very fast as they've done on this T side, or if they're going to play it a bit slower. Predicting a gun round, I presume they're going to play a little bit slower as they know they're going to be walking probably into 2 AWPs.
Yeah, and actually, Surreal was actually through a flash over and blinded himself, but now they're already out towards the safe side. Fraser gets 1. Nuke Dog gets the second onto Taurus. Fraser gets a second. The AWP's doing work as Nuke Dog gets a second as well, and now it's just Luzzer 1 versus 4 with an AWP, and suddenly CeX are coming alive.
Yeah, Luzzer playing as we expect in this map, playing like a monster, but it doesn't seem enough, especially when the rest of your team is just getting picked off by these AWPs, left, right, and center. Finding 4 frags between them. Looking for that last. Luzzer on his own.
Liam spots it out as well. And already there's someone behind him. Rezu gets that kill. And just the AWP, I don't know what happened in that round. It just went so quickly. Nuke Dog actually got a kill in lane and then switched up his position, which then caught Surreal off guard.
The thing is, there is so much money in this terrace side. Even if they lose this round, they can still fall by for the last. I think it's Paul Darren is sitting on so much cash right now. So no reason not to go for any risks or save any weapons at the end of the rounds. They can go and try and get these last couple and put them in such a good position for the next half. But on the other side in CeX, economy fairly decent. Rezu's got a bit of money saved up, but the rest don't. So they will desperately want to win this round just in case, just for the last round, just in case they lose a lot of members and they have to rebuy a lot of the weaponry. They need those double AWP setups. That's an expensive investment. So we could well see a save by the end of the round, but we'll see. Rezu peering to smoke. Sort of a setup round the B side of the map. Bomb being brought over as well. 2 players on B side for the CTs.
He does. He spots her. But Nuke Dog's there. Gets the kill back. Doesn't cause any rotations, but as the play comes in, it does. Cryptix gets the first headshot. Surreal gets it back. As now Fraser going ham with this AWP. Jumps off the ladder. Surreal peeking around. It's a 2 versus 2 once again. The AWPs. The last up. Gets that kill. Can't get anything more now.
And that's Nuke Dog versus Cryptix. He just saw the head, trying to look for that kill. Smoke is still blocking the right side. He jumps up, pushes round. Very hard with the AWP, but it does have that one-shot potential. He goes round, he's trying to find a player. He can't find him. Cryptix takes him down. That was so close, so nicely opened up by Fraser, but just not enough for the CeX side to follow through and take that round. We'll have enough money.
And unfortunately, that's another reset.
Yeah, we'll have enough money for a super sketchy fight at best.
Yeah.
Liam scouting this side. Desert Eagle and Rezu, which we have seen open up rounds and castle the CZs.
Yeah, Rezu actually brought the AWP and dropped it to Fraser, which I'm really happy about. He's been having such good impact, even on the rounds that CeX have been losing. He's right up there with Nuke Dog in contention for most kills. There's Cryptics and Taurus just probing this Ivy area, trying not to run into anything bad. Smoke comes out. If Rezu can get at least one kill, that's really good. Casa gets one. They line up the double deke.
So nicely done by Rezu. Just push around. Pushes like a little too much. Lazar is ready for it. That opens up this round. And assuming that they can maybe get access to some of that weaponry for the CTs, that sets them at such a good advantage, especially if Nuke Dog plays an aggressive play like that. Picks up the AWP, and now it's Ball Darren left in a 1v4 situation. Bomb is also down. Nuke Dog holding a tight angle, and we'll find him, and that will be the half. 5-10. Honestly, I'm very impressed by CeX for that half. They looked like they were getting kind of stomped on at the beginning, but
they're bringing it back.
They thought about how they could adapt using Nuke Dog as a secondary AWPer, and it
started to work.
It started to work. I mean, there's such close rounds in that later half. Could have easily been a really close scoreline. See how this pistol round goes. If this pistol round goes, they'll be straight back into this game. But we will see a pause, hopefully temporarily.
Yeah.
This has been a common theme in these in this series so far. Technical pauses or
tactical pauses.
Or tactical pauses. Sadly, we don't know which.
Nope. But yeah, you were talking about the impact of the double AWPs. Fraser, especially, getting 3 kills in one round where it came down to a 1 versus 1 with Nuke Dog and Cryptics. Nuke Dog that round just got a bit unlucky with his timing. If he had just been a little bit, quicker, then he would have been able to just get the round and possibly catch Cryptics off guard on the B bomb site. But I'm excited to see how CeX are gonna play this T half. Whether they're gonna be they're going to have a sort of Radix-like approach where they just go out at any position and just shoot some heads, or whether they'll try and play it a lot more structured, try and gain map control towards A, get some pop dog control, and maybe even some Ivy control at the same time, just making the counter-terrorists work to get any information and get any map control for themselves.
But there is a key thing on this Radix and Friends side.
The L word.
And yeah, the L word. It's been unleashed a little bit on the T side, but on the CT side, he was a monster yesterday. Like absolutely went full Hulk. It was like if anyone's seen Infinity War, not even Hulk. It was like Infinity War when Thor comes, like that moment. It was kind of like that, like Goliath style beast that was Lazar with that AWP, really opening plays up for his team, and that's got to be terrifying. You can't rely on a double AWP setup for T side, so they're gonna. I assume if they do win the pistol round, Radix and Friends will then push through into the mid of the half, and then it will be up to CeX if they can find an adaptation which can make them deal with this Luxor, assuming that he plays to the form that he played yesterday. But Free's time pause has been cancelled.
There's only one problem with your analogy, is the fact that I haven't seen Infinity War.
I didn't say too much. Like it's like it's one scene. It's a great scene.
I know I need to watch it. I need to watch a lot of things. But we're into the pistol round. 4 sets of armor on the CT side. Tarus with the smoke and the diffuse. Rezu being the utility player, actually dropping a P250 over to Fraser, playing the raid boss. Smoke into connector. Casa gets one. Cryptics takes it back immediately. the site hasn't been taken. Taurus in such a big position. Gets one. Can he get a third? No, he can't. But Surreal now just Rezu left. 1 versus 3. Dancing around. But can't do much against the pistol of Surreal.
And now CeX is really on the back foot. They don't have that. With the pistol around, it would have given them a cushion for experimentation to find that style, which they did last half, to be able to counter Radix's. But now they don't have that cushion. Now they just have to wing it and hope that their strategy will pull through. Seeing Desert Eagles, CZs, and Scout this time on Nuke Dog rather than Liam, who had it last half.
Yeah.
With Fraser. The 1Ds in this tournament have been so nice to watch.
Yeah.
Very nice shot. But Surreal answers back. Takes down Nuke Dog.
There's just a little bit, a tiny bit of aggression as we see again the double drop down, which works in the favor of CeX. They get that man they get the man back, but Cryptic's holding this very close angle as Taurus. Don't understand. I do understand why he's creeping in, but it's Rezu with a lovely little 1D. Now Surreal in a 1 versus 3.
The 1 HP bullets are flying through the wall. Do something very special if he wants to survive this. He's going to come out of it alive, but I really don't think it is. 3 terrorists, but he does find the first. The wall bang by Fraser with a Desert Eagle, and that will shut him down. Got a little bit hairy for a second there. You know, got to panic when a player like Surreal starts. You back him into a corner, he is going to fight his way tooth and nail out of that situation. But this time it's a reverse. Desert Eagles for the CT side been absolutely devastating this series. See if they can match what CeX was able to do to them just 1 round ago.
Yeah, and it already looks like it's going to be a fast B plate. They've got to be wary of Taurus, but Rezu does get the kill. Bomb will go down. Only 1 frag exchanged, but Liam already there. Gets 1. Tries to transfer the spray, but can't do it. 4 vs 3 situation in the after plant.
Lazar pushing around onto scaffolding, on the catwalk. Doesn't find anything. Casa gets him down. Bull Darren coming from behind. Fraser out in the open. The bomb is safely protected. Terrorists surrounding this Casa against Lazar. And they'll probably be backing us soon.
Trying to find the weapon, but I think it's in between. It's in between the trains. He can't get it out.
CSGO, by the way.
Is it going to be close enough for him to get? Yes, it is.
There we go.
So he gets what he wanted.
Look at that. They can pick up weapons.
Yay.
They're just like us. These amazing players are
they're
just
human.
like the rest of us. They're human too. I mean, that's of course not his fault that happens. It's like the boxes on Tetris where a weapon can fall behind it. Unless you stick a grenade down there, there's no way you can get it out.
Yeah.
They just slip behind.
It's all good. And this is actually really good. They put out all of these smokes and flashes, seeming like they're going A. They bring out the rotation, and they're already on the B site before Radix can do anything.
Very nice play. Their strategy is obviously working even after losing the pistol round. Slowly encroaching back into A. I feel like they might be playing for X, is just trying to find a frag and save some weapons. I don't think they know they can play for... I don't think... Not that they don't know they can play for the retake. They don't seem to have the confidence that they can take the retake, understandably, based on their weaponry, and would rather save the AK-47 and try and get an exit and save another weapon. Rezu might get greeted by Lux at the timing on that.
Gets it anyway.
Solves the issue.
Cryptics is going to be there as well. But dies to the bomb through the wall. Almost.
Bull Darren does find Fraser though.
Yeah, he's still got enough money to buy an AWP.
Yeah, there's enough money there. It is thrown around. So Fraser, who's been playing really well on it, will have the AWP, but so does Lazar. We'll see if the Kraken has awakened, if he'll drag CeX into the deep with him.
This is going to be good, but he's not watching Connector. Cryptic's looking towards stop sign. And pulls off it slightly. Now just trying to get any map control possible. Smoke goes out, but you can still see down the left side of the lane. And even on top of the trains itself. Darren spots out Rezu. Doesn't decide to peek just yet. They don't have enough utility to be able to do it, unfortunately. There's the last Molotov gone, and we're only 50 seconds into the round.
But no one has fallen yet. As you said, terrorists have been holding onto their utility a lot longer than the CT, so we'll have it and we'll see it in use, but pulled down is there, wasting the angle. Bomb goes down. Hugo thankfully trades back. Surreal falls as well. And this is going the way of CeX. This is exactly what they need. Lazar falls, not able to get in position to get that AWP to work. They're taming the beast. They're keeping the beast contained. It's like King Kong, like in the cage. You know, that kind of situation.
I mean,
that movie's very long. I don't know how much of that movie I'm remembering, but I seem to remember him being in a cage for a point of it.
I mean, I've never seen King Kong.
Okay, have you seen any movies? Like,
yes, I have.
right,
All right.
okay. Sure.
But isn't the point of King Kong that he actually breaks out of that cage?
Yeah, but I reckon Lazar will break out at some point. But we're just waiting for that point. Not today. Not today.
Yeah, that's what CeX are hoping.
Yeah, CeX are saying nope. Lock him up and throw away the key. Casa finds Tarus after the round has ended.
Sees his feet. Spams through the box. He doesn't get away with anything, and the money not great. So actually, CeX could tie this at 11-11.
Yes, CTs, those with a fair bit of money, are going for an armor pistol by Surreal. Not a huge amount, does choose to buy Deagle, but he is a very proficient player with that weapon to make something happen, but very fast play by CeX and getting caught off guard by the pistols. They're finding their shots, they're in good positions, good crossfire setup. Casa might get caught out,
Never mind.
but it's fine. The teaser on it, got him covered. Bomb goes down, and it's an 11-10 scoreline. Looking far closer than we expected. CeX definitely have a plan going into the Stera side. Not yet an adaptation coming in place, but now the CTs have adapted, doing what CeX did last half. Bringing the double AWP. Cryptic's taking up the secondary position alongside Lazar, who hasn't been in a fair position to really make it effective. I don't know if Surreal just spotted Liam. He's so close to him. Rezu. Pushing up, finds Bull Darren, and that's the entry. Bomb is being held all the way back near T-spawn, but Surreal replies, finds Liam lurking in A main.
That just shows the confidence of Rezu being able to go just through a smoke and get the headshot onto Boldarin. Surreal changing up his position immediately. Just trying to get Pop Dog control, making sure they can't have any sort of split as Lazar gets a kill onto Rezu towards Ivy. But now Cryptics and Taurus, these are going to be the big players. Casa dives onto the site. Taurus gets one. Casa does get the headshot, but Cryptics can't get anything else. Bomb will go down. And now it's a 3 versus 2.
Surreal falls. Cryptics will be peeking around the corner. Finds Casa. 2 versus 1. 2 AWPs versus 1 AK. Nuke Dog pushing through. Finds Lazar in the opening, but Lazar's just too quick on that, and he can't find a head quick enough. Lazar gets 2 kills that round. Cryptics 1. Bomb will be defused. In that round, they had the opening, but then Surreal just played aggressive near T main or A main and managed to trade back on a different position. And the terrorists kind of didn't know what to do. Like, the way they've been winning these rounds is by letting the CTs use as much utility as possible beforehand and then fully executing onto a site. Felt that time they had the entry and then they were still waiting. They didn't just snap and go, and they left it too long for the CTs to make a proactive play.
Yeah, when you're a CT, as Cryptics gets a first kill onto Fraser. As a CT, if you lose that first pick, you can either try, you can either get defensive play around sites, play in corners that you don't think would necessarily be spotted out, or you can do what CeX did, try and get aggressive, bring back the man advantage into your favour and give yourselves a more favourable position towards the later stages of the round. Unfortunately, it can go wrong and then you're left with a 2-man deficit. But everything comes in and Taurus onsite gets it. Cryptix gets one with the grenade as Luzzard chimes in with his AWP and almost gets it through the box, through the smoke, excuse me. Does he spot Rezu?
I think he's at the back of the train, but he's about to be revealed. Out in the open, goes down. And that'll be a 13-10 scoreline. Money for Tees is fine, they'll still be able to fall by.
Yeah, but
the
only
pressure
for
is
one round.
on. They can't lose too many rounds before it might well go to series point. Match paused. Again.
The problem that Radix have now is they can still be reset. They lost, how many did they lose in a row? They lost 5 rounds in a row, so that round they had max round loss bonus.
They will
They
be
can
able
still
to,
be reset slightly.
yeah, they won't be able to have a full buy across the board, but they can have a solid buy. If they lose this round,
Yeah.
going into the 25th round. But that requires the T's to pull through and have an answer to Cryptix and Luzzer. Actually, AWP going over to Surreal. Luzzer's not AWPing this time. Interesting
No,
choice.
I'm slightly shocked by that. Luzzer has always been the AWPer for Radix and Endpoint, so he's been getting kills with it, so I'm slightly shocked as to why he's not
You say
picking
shocked,
it
but
up.
remember, it's Surreal.
Actually, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But
Just to inform you that that's Surreal. Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. So you get my thinking on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd still rather see it on
I
Luzzer,
would
to be
I would
honest.
rather see it Luzzer get Cryptix to drop the AWP for Surreal. That's personally what I would rather, but I guess it depends on the positioning. And if Surreal feels confident, Luzzer's okay with it.
That's
I'm trusting their position and team. We've seen Surreal be an absolute monster with the AWP on occasions. On the game on Inferno against Neds, he had it for 1 round when he's saving it and just picked up 3 kills at the end of the round.
Yeah, he's accomplished with it, but it's not something that you'd normally see him pick up. But maybe it works. Luzzer gets a double as Fraser does take down Bold Darren. Cryptix on site. Let's see if he can do anything with this.
So they've got the bomb down, and Tees will need to recover it before they can do anything.
This
Fraser finds Luzzer, already very low health. Trying to guard any flanks from Pop Dog. To get to Pop Dog, sorry. Nuke Dog gets to Roost falls. And that's 2v2. Finds Surreal in the open, and that's just Cryptix on his lonesome against Fraser and Nuke Dog.
The bomb's at the bottom of ladder, so it's not in Cryptix's control. This could be something. It's just Cryptix remains. He sees it though.
22 seconds. They've got to go now.
Oh,
I
this
think they've
is big.
left it too long.
But he tries to go back up, and Fraser.
It's good coordination, just making sure one could cover the top, one could cover the bottom, just to make sure they knew they were it was too risky to try and sneak in, get the bomb, and get out. So instead, going for the kill was the right decision, definitely. Good calling on the fly by CeX. And now, as we highlighted before, choosing not to actually force by this.
No,
We said they
they've
could have
got
done,
this.
but instead they're opting to eco and just have pistols, but opening up the Desert Eagles doing absolute work. Fraser actually drops his AWP instead for an AK. Probably here to play a drop down into Pop Dog.
Bomb has been planted.
This should do. It's going to be a slightly difficult post plant for CeX. They've got the utility. They've got the weaponry. Liam gets one. Fraser, lovely one tap. Cryptix gets taken down. Now it's just Luzza left. Can get one, but can't get much else.
And Nuke getting through that 1-for-1 tap. Called him Scream. Fraser stepping up for his team at the 11th hour. 13-12. Should be enough money coming through. They can buy him an AWP. There it is. Dropped for him.
Luzza leading the charge. 24 kills for his team. So I want to see what he can do, and he's going to be able to use it here. Gets the burst.
Finds Casa. Actually bombed down to Roos. Also finds Liam, but Nuke Dog is left on the defensive. Finds two. Luzza coming down. Deals with Nuke Dog, and that's a 2v3 situation. Bomb getting pulled back. They did manage to recover it.
They've done a rotation far too early. The A-bomb site is undefended. The fortunate thing is they don't have any utility, so they're going to have to try and do something. Spots out Bold Darren. And now a 3 versus 2 retake comes in. This is going to be a fun round.
Teams need to find this first frag early on. Fraser misses a shot. And that would have been so good if he could find it. Fraser is in an impossible situation and will fall.
Ooh.
And this game is really heating up. CeX gets taken down. Not a great amount of money there. We'll have first loss bonus.
Trying to find a second AWP, I think.
They can buy, but they won't have a lot of utility.
No.
CTs will be buying up.
No, Luzza dropped his AWP for Luzza dropped his AWP for an AK, and they were trying to salvage it back, but they couldn't find it, so that might hinder their chances. But as we saw before, Luzza is still very accomplished with this M4. A surreal smoke gets one through the smoke. Luzza gets one, but Nuke Dog already down towards Hell. Well, Darren gets one back, and now it's 2 versus 4 situation. Bomb still in their hands. What was that?
Fraser stepping up, 3 versus 2. But fairly low health. Reduced. Oh, what a shot onto Cryptix, but Tarus almost finds it. Wasn't expecting the double peak there.
No. And actually, Radix have committed to this site. Rezu could still go towards any other site.
What I'd like to see Rezu do, a bit of lag there, but he does take out Tarus, but he's not expecting the other player there. Luzza just about to get him. What I would have liked to see CeX do there is hold on as long as possible. Try and crack Radix's resolve and make them split into a separate 1v1 on either site rather than sticking on one. Most teams will stick onto one site, but we've seen it before where it happened to CeX, where they panicked, went to the other site, and then got caught out by Radix and friends. And see if he could do that. He had time to play around a bit there, but nice try by him. But this is series point. Radix and friends. CeX need to play for their upper bracket hopes in this tournament.
Yeah, the winner of this, of course, will get a rest until tomorrow morning. The winner of this upper bracket final goes into the grand final, which will be on Sunday morning, a best of 5. But just getting some map control for CeX. Trying to find anyone peeking out. Spot ahead. Take ahead. Smoke going in between the trains. But the anti-grenades come in as Bold Darren gets 2. That's the bomb down. Bold Darren gets 3. Taken down by Fraser. Luzza gets 1. Fraser.
He's got a dream and he's taken down, and that will be CeX. Eliminated from the upper bracket. They will drop into the lower brackets. They have a chance.